missing. Veteran of war, head-on collisions. Afghanistan, life lost in missions. Taliban positions filled with ammunition.
Yes, chat. Welcome to another episode of TATTS and BANTS. Now, you're going to get sick of me saying this. Every single time we have a guest on this show, I promise you, I'm going to handpick the best people to speak to so you, the viewers, can have the best possible experience ever while watching this show. Obviously, I'm new to this, but trust me, I'm putting my heart and soul into this. Now, our next guest, trust me, he might not like this, but it's the truth. He is an actual hero. That one of the shows that actually we're going to show you in a few seconds on the VT was that brutal that it's actually been removed from BBC iPlayer. Now, enough about this hero. T, roll the VT.
My life gone missing, veteran of war, head-on collisions. Afghanistan, life lost in missions. Taliban positions filled with ammunition. Instant decisions without jurisdiction. License to kill, no chance of conviction. Drop 'em on cue like a DJ, mixing precision with the shots. Left me with addiction. Civilians can't understand the description. These MCs cap, then disappear like magicians. Not dealing with fights, chatting pure fiction. I don't get the description, get gone extinction. I'm leaving my mark like ancient Egyptians. I'm fucked in the head like missing prescription. Nothing can help, intuition or wisdom. United Kingdom,
mate, literally, I can't believe I've just watched a 10-second, 15-second snippet. Was it that mad every day?
Yeah, every day. First 2 tours I went on 3 tours. First 2 tours were like that every single day. That was just one operation. That was like, I think it was 4 or 5 days. We didn't sleep for 5 days. It was just constant getting bombarded off Taliban.
You're joining the army, right? You're in the army. You've chosen your regiment. Did you choose to go straight into that regiment, or
no,
were you convinced, or did you see other people? And
you don't really get the choice. You go in the careers office. So when they join the army, they're like, "What qualifications have you got from school?" You're like, "Nothing." They're like, "Infantry, frontline soldier." That's basically how it works. Yeah. But to be honest, I wouldn't have had it any other way. Because when you're playing soldiers as a kid, if you're going to be a soldier, you're going to be a soldier, aren't you? You're not going to be fucking... You don't
hear kids in the schoolyard saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm driving the vans."
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So, yeah, I was glad it all panned out how it did in a way. And in a way not. It's a weird one. It's sticky. We'll get into it a bit further on.
Where was you deployed to? Is it just... where'd you go?
The first place I went was called Nadi Ali.
Okay.
That was the first tour.
Right.
4.5 months straight away. That was...
Where in the world is that?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
Helmand province.
Right, okay.
And it was the height of like the war. Do you know what I mean? It was like there was like in Cyprus every day you're getting told like someone's died, like someone else has died every single day, and they're like, "You're gonna be going there tomorrow, so you better fucking sort your shit out." Wow. Basically. But it was all the same. It was all the same boat. Do you know what I mean? It worked with me. There was kids younger than me. There was kids 17 years old. Like, so,
crazy. Yeah. That's absolutely nuts. Yeah. It's crazy to think that such a young person is going to go through that. So again, let's then. How many times was it then you went abroad?
3 times. I went to Afghanistan. Yeah.
So run that first one now. Tell me what was it called again?
Nadi Ali.
Nadi Ali, right? So Nadi Ali. Summarise.
So
what happened there?
So basically, when you go Afghan, yeah, you land in somewhere called Camp Bastion.
Camp Bastion, yeah.
You've heard of that, yeah. So you go there first, but it's the same size as Reading, the city. Like all the Americans are based there. There's KFCs there. Like when you first go, you expect to like land in the airplane, get off the airplane, and everyone's shooting you. And that it's not like that. It's like really safe there. Like you're more chance of getting in a car crash in the M6. Do you know what I mean? So you get there and then you do 9 days training, get used to the heat a bit more, like fucking 40 degrees, 50 degrees, go on loads of different ranges. They tell you about all the Taliban are like laying IEDs, about like planting IEDs to blow you up. So like they teach you on like the metal detectors and stuff, do you know, to like avoid getting blown up. And they teach you on like CASEVAC skills, like if someone gets blown up, you need to get them on your shoulder and get to a certain place. It's basically like teaching you all the stuff that you already know again in that 9 days. What in
like
the heat?
Like a refresher.
Yeah, like a refresher. Yeah,
extreme.
Yeah, much more extreme. Like to the point where it's life or death. Do you know what I mean? Get there, he's gonna die. So you better get there. He's bleeding to death.
I don't think which tour out of the 3 then was that absolutely crazy BBC.
The second one.
The second one, right? Okay. So again, what was the worst part of the height of that first?
So the first one after the time in Camp Bastion, then you get shipped out to where you're going to be based. So we was told, right, you're going to Nadi Ali. And then we got there, like 8 of us in like this little compound, and they're just like made out of mud huts. It's where they've like the British Army have took over someone's house.
Yeah.
But they're all made out of mud huts and that there. It's not like proper houses. So there was like 8 of us there, but it was on the front line. So you was living on the front line. So every hour someone had to go up to the top, sit on the roof with a machine gun. Every single hour someone would change with him. But we didn't even get a chance to do that. As soon as we landed there, I think we was taking over the Scots Guards. So it was all these Scottish people. So the Scottish sergeant went, right, get all your stuff on, I'll take you out and show you what it's like. It was like, as soon as you cross north, you're going to get smashed off the Taliban. He said, every time you go north, you get smashed. And we was living on this like road. As soon as you step foot north, you start getting smashed, like 360 off snipers and everything. So yeah, he took us on a little patrol within 5 minutes. We was 360'd. There's AK-47s coming down. There's Chinese rockets coming down.
What, as in like RPGs?
RPGs, Chinese rockets. Yeah, everything was coming down. And then my mate, Campbell he's called, he's from Wigan. He got shot straight through his face.
Dead?
No, he's still alive now.
Wow.
Went straight through his nose and out of his neck. But it was right in front of me, and I was just like, what is this all about? I was like, I've got to switch on now. I have to sort my shit out now. Went straight through his nose and out of his neck in front of me.
So you're talking, you're an hour in?
No, it was 5 minutes into the patrol.
5 minutes in?
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm not laughing because like that's funny. I'm laughing. That's just, it's like, oh my God, this is exactly why I want to do this show, man. That is, and the thing is that I've known you for so long, and it's like, I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, man.
So do you reckon that was like one of the main things that you'll remember from that?
Yeah, on the first tour, obviously that was the first day on the front line. Like listen, like you're here for 4 months in this compound. There's no showers. You're gonna be having showers in that river, and he was like, right, we'll take you out on the patrol, show what it's like. So then every day from then, it was like that. Every day from then, spent Christmas there. Had to buy a chicken for $5. Had to behead the chicken and like cut the chicken and that for Christmas dinner. Yeah, but that stuff was going on for days and days. Like a few people died out of the regiment, but Campbell was like with us as soon as we got to Cyprus. He was a new lad as well, and he was right next to us. Yeah. So that's the one that stuck and made on that tour.
So what's his name? Campbell, did you say?
Yeah.
So are you still in contact with Campbell?
Yeah, I've got him on Facebook and I don't speak to him all the time. But
well, maybe that if Campbell ends up watching this, mate, what a guy you must be, brother. What a guy, mate. So big up to Campbell. Bro, I see you in a different light, mate. Much respect, man. Do you like being called a hero? I bet you don't, do you?
No, not really, no.
Well,
I think the heroes are like the ones that are not here anymore.
Hey, that's, and to be honest with you, as much as that's true, I think that's what makes you a bit more of a hero, even more, bro. That's very humble, like, if you say that, and that's not even prepped.
We was on for like 3 months, and then we got sent back for 4.5 months again.
So you had 3 months off.
We had a month off at home leave, and then 2 months back in Cyprus, and then the phone call happened again. We need you, because it was literally going off every day at that point. Like if you looked on Google and that. In them years, like the Afghan war went on for like what 10 years or something. Yeah. In them years, it was hostile every day.
At the peak, would you call it?
Yeah. Right. So when you're in Cyprus, you're on standby. Like if the lads there can't handle it, then they get hold of you for reinforcements.
Right.
So yeah, that's what happens.
So you could be actually every day in Cyprus enjoying yourself, doing X, Y, and Z.
You could be in Iron Apple, mate. You could be in Iron Apple.
Yeah.
That's what the lad used to do. Myself included. At weekends, it was an hour's drive to Iron, just like going to Manchester from here.
Wow.
So like they was making the most out of the life at the weekends because they knew.
And some of them not even knowing that it might be the last time.
Yeah, because they knew. And I think on the first tours, I think we'd lost about 4 lads just out of our battalion. So being on standby, you knew that if you went, you might not come back.
Wow. That's you're saying things, mate, which are blowing my mind. Because I've never really had such a meaningful, deep conversation about it. Like, but this is the second tour, and this is when the BBC show was filmed.
Yeah.
So, what point did they prep you saying that a camera crew is going to be following you around?
No, it wasn't. A camera crew didn't follow us around. Basically, the BBC took all the head cam. Like the lads used to have like head cams. They was called head cams, but what they call now GoPros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he was having cameras on the helmets. So like loads of lads that have that.
And can I ask you, who supplied these?
No, themselves. So the soldiers themselves, like, I want to record this footage. So everything what the BBC got, it was from the lads' head cameras.
Oh, right,
and
right,
then,
right. I was going to say then, because if the BBC subtly said, "Oh, we'll supply you with GoPros to record, and we want to use your," I thought that'd be a bit sinister.
No, it
But
wasn't.
I get it. So the lads have said, "Look, I want to remember this. I want to show people." What
and
I've
then
been
obviously
through.
when they found the BBC, this BBC found out about what had happened, and they just got all the lads' different head cam footage, got all the intel of all the lads, and then pieced together like an hour-long
Special program, yeah.
about it. Second tour, when we landed in Bastion again, you have to do all the training again for the 9 days, like I mentioned before.
Same, yeah.
And then they said, right, you're gonna go to this compound in Naji Siraj, and then like 2 days before we were meant to go, we got the information that the Taliban, because when you're in Afghan, you're working with the Afghan police as well.
Yeah.
So the Afghan police live next to you in the compound. So what the Taliban was doing was infiltrating them. So you'd be like in your own compound thinking you were safe with the Afghan police, and then the Afghan police to turn on the gun and start shooting you. So like not only was you looking at the Taliban, when you was like in your own place, you was looking at the people that was in there.
That's some serious. Yeah, did that cause paranoia between you?
Yeah,
and
constantly you head over the shoulder constantly, like you couldn't sleep. But that still goes on now. But so what had happened is they infiltrated this guy, and this group of soldiers were called the Gurkhas. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah, the Gurkhas,
They're
yeah,
from,
with the special knives.
Yeah. So basically, this guy's infiltrated him, turned around, RPG'd the ops room, killed about 7 lads, like machine gunned them all up and that.
So in the compound, RPG'd.
In the compound, and then they said, right, you're going there, you lot are going there in 2 days. Then when we arrived, there was still blood all over the it's called HESCO. It's like the building blocks they used to keep you safe. There was still the Gurkhas blood everywhere. So then we got put in there, and then was like, wow, this is worse than the last time we was here. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And then for like a month and a half or something, every day it was the same, going on patrol, getting smashed, machine guns going off, constant. I had a machine gun fucking just letting rip. Like the more you were getting shot at, the more you were pulling the trigger. Like you wasn't thinking. Do you know what I mean? It was what made you feel safe pulling that trigger. So every time you're getting shot at, every fight you was having with them, you was blasting like between 800 and 1,000 rounds. Just at like the general direction of them. Sometimes you were getting them, sometimes you wasn't. Sometimes there were civilians as well. Like sometimes the Taliban would get all the civilians, put the guns to the kids' head and say, you're going to shoot at the English soldiers, at the British soldiers, or else we're going to kill your kids. So then they're shooting at you, they're not even actually the enemy, and you're going to kill them. And then like the whole village hates you. And then you're in a place where like the village hate you, and all you're trying to do is help them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and I know we spoke about, what was his name again, who got shot in the face? Campbell. So, difficult question. Did you lose anyone whilst obviously within the footage that the BBC used?
The BBC. Yeah. Well, I was just gonna start talking about that operation then. Yeah, it was called Darren Deedy. Got a tattoo with him here. I was in basic training with him all the way through. On final exercise, I was bashing up with him. We were smoking like rollers and that, like, cause we were both from estates and that, like pretending we were smoking spliffs and that, like, fucking hell, what have we done here? Do you know what I mean? And he was a proper rum lad from Bolton. It's called Darren Deedy. But yeah, that operation, what's on that BBC. So basically, we got told we're going on this operation called Into the Hornet's Nest. Meaning like you're going into the Hornet's Nest and you're going to rattle it.
Yeah.
So we had to go behind enemy lines over darkness at night time, get in these compounds, get settled, and the whole operation was because they was trying to build a road called Route Trident, so the locals could get like lorries and stuff in to bring supplies into the locals, you know, just to live a normal life.
Yeah.
And every time the locals were trying to build it, the Taliban was shooting them. So our mission was to go and pick a fight with the Taliban, keep him away from this road while they build the road, and that's what we had to do. But it was behind enemy lines, so when we was there, like people was looking at us like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
I mean, bro, it don't take a rocket scientist to understand that building a road isn't going to happen in a day. So they're talking about sending you into the Hornet's nest to pick a fight that could last weeks.
Well, it was about 5 days they built this road in.
They did it in 5 days.
Yeah, they did get it built in the end, but we lost a few lads in the meantime.
Right. And is this what happened to that lad who you've got tattooed on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you witnessed that?
Yeah.
Do you mind telling me what happened?
No. So obviously I told you about the operation now. So I think it was like the second night or the third night we took over this farmyard. Like every day we had to move. Like the first day we got there, we woke up, they'd sent a kid round the corner, pulled the pin through the grenades, started chucking grenades over at wall at us. Boom, boom, boom. Like some of the lads got battle shock, like proper like they couldn't move. They had to get shipped back to Bastion because it was no good then. You know what I mean? It was going off that much. So yeah, we're scrapping with them. I think a couple of lads got shot but not killed, and then we got moved to a village. We had to go to a farmhouse. We had to go there. Every time you moved, it had to be overnight because it was that dangerous. Then we got to a farmhouse, and then it come up daytime. We're just scrapping, constantly like having gunfights and that with the Taliban. I was gone to swap over with Didi on the Sangha, and next thing the Taliban have started shooting, Taliban sniper. And then all you hear is man down. Like, I don't know if you know what man down means, but someone shouts man down in the army, everyone shouts saying it means someone is man down.
Yeah.
And then you all go into your drills and like fucking go and find out who it is, bring him down to a safe space. Then the medic goes and fucking treats him, stops him from bleeding or whatever. Basically what had happened, my friend Didi had been shot. You have body armor on, you have a plate on the front and plate on the back, and the Taliban had got him through the side.
Oh no.
Through the side of the ribs.
Wow.
So it had gone through his ribs. The lads managed to get him down. So then we was all stood there at that point watching. There's nothing you can do because it's only the medic that knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
The medic's trying to get this drip in his vein or his arm or something. I don't actually, don't quote me on this, but he's trying to get this drip into something and he couldn't get it in, like the vein wasn't there or something. And everyone's going, fucking hell, is it in? And this medic's like sweating and trying to get it in. And then Didi's just there like led there, like proper grey. Like, fucking hell, it's fucking killing, blah, blah, blah. And we're back in Bolton. Do you know what I mean? And after about 20 minutes, they got this drip in. And then they have something called a golden hour. So when someone gets shot, they reckon if you can get him on the helicopter within an hour, he's going to survive. It's called a golden hour.
Because then I'm assuming that the team that comes on a helicopter, they'll have the full shabam, the kit.
Yeah, they've got everything. It's like a hospital on a helicopter.
And they'll get him to Camp Bastion, is that? And then,
so that's the general rule. So then they've rung for the helicopter, got on the radios for the helicopter, no phones or anything or whatever. But yeah, the helicopter tried taking off, but there's a fucking sandstorm in Afghan. So the helicopter that's coming to get him, it hasn't got the capability of seeing through the sandstorm. So they've been told of like higher rank, listen, you're not fucking taking a helicopter on that air. And the pilot, God bless him, has gone, I'm going to get this lad. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
And so they've come up with a plan, and what they've done, they've got an Apache. Have you heard of an Apache?
Yeah.
So an Apache's got the capability of they've got the capability of being able to see through the mist, through the sandstorm.
Yeah.
Through like heat seekers or whatever.
Yeah.
So basically the Apache had to set off and the other helicopters had to follow the Apache like within like 2 meters. And if you lost sight of him, you'd be blind, you wouldn't be able to see him, they'd crash.
Yeah.
So they've come all the way there, come down, got Didi and took him back to Camp Bastion. They've done what they can do there, and then they've sent him back to England, to an hospital in England for soldiers. I don't know the name of the hospital, but he's gone back there, and then that's when his mum's gone there, and he's been there for like a week with his mum and stuff. We'd like finished the operation, and another lad had been blown up, like one of the what they call now, one of the officers had been blown up, lost his legs and that. He'd got flown back at the same time as D-Day. And then like a week went on and they both died.
Both died?
They both died. They had him for like a week in England, like alive on like the drip alive. And then we got the news, like we were still in Afghan and that. It was like, want to go to the funeral and that, they wouldn't let us go home. And he was just mad. He was just mad because he was there from there through the whole process. Like, when you join the army, everyone's like little rebels and that from Council Estates. From day one, when we was little bastards, all the way through training, then Cyprus to Afghan. Then he got shot. He was in the compound one day, this guy's come running in with his kid. His kid's about 2, this little girl. Both her legs blown off and an arm blown off.
The little girl?
Yeah. The Taliban had laid an IED to blow us up. The little girl had been playing outside, steps on this IED. So this dad's come running in with his kid, going like screaming like in hysterics, and this fucking kid's there. Like I seen it, all the shit was hanging from her leg. It was fucking horrible. The kid died, and that's what sticks in my head like a lot when I'm dreaming that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So fucking yeah, they're like the two main things.
Throughout this that whole process, I'm assuming the dad is in absolute hysterics, crying his eyes out, screaming for help. Yeah. First aider, I'm assuming, trying his best.
You feel like you want to do something, but you know that your mate, it was called Smithy. Like it seems like, oh yeah, Smithy. But he's called Smithy. He was a medic. There's nothing you could do that guy can't do better. He trained medic. So when stuff like that happened, you just had to stand there and watch. And it was just horrible, do you know what I mean? Like, when I'm asleep sometimes, like, I hear the little girl screaming, so... Jesus. Do you know what I mean? And wake up, like, cold sweats and that.
How did it make you feel then when, the powers above decided to leave Afghanistan? And what was it within... I can't... Correct me if I'm wrong, viewers. I might be wrong. I'm not an expert. But it was within, like, 24 hours, the Taliban took completely over again?
It's something like that, weren't it? They were straight in their version of Parliament, weren't they? Like, they just walked straight in.
So what was the point?
I don't know. To be honest, the country, just like... The things that I seen in that country, sometimes when I was there, I was just like, what are we doing trying to route these people? They're stuck in the ways. There's nothing like we are.
Crazy, isn't it? We're on the same planet.
Yeah. Different, absolutely different breed.
Different breed, wow.
The whole thing, I don't know why the government was there in the first place anymore. Like, for me, it was all to do with money. We got lied to about the Twin Towers and stuff for me, anyway.
God, mate, we could do a whole opposite. I mean, for X, Y, and Z. At what point did you leave?
It was like a couple of years later down the line. At that point, I didn't really like, because you're with all the same lads all the time, you don't really think, oh, fucking hell, what the fuck have I just in there? Yeah. What have I just in there? So for 2 years, I just stayed in. And then, like, I got sent to the Falklands for 4 months, like, not for war or anything, just like peacekeeping or whatever. And then I was like, I'm not being away from my kids anymore. Like, I don't want to be around my kids, so I just signed off. And then when I come out, try to get a normal job on the railway. And then, like, about 6 months after getting out, then it was just like, when you were trying to, like, fit in with normal society, then it was just like, boom, PTSD was looming. Yeah, and it gets you.
Our brain is so crazy, right, that if you think about a bad memory, if you think about not even a bad memory that's happened, like for you, Afghan, if you, like you just said then, come up to a conclusion, your brain will still have the same effects as if it really happened. So do you know when you daydream at night in bed, or you're on a bus, or you're by yourself? For me, it's always when my head hits the pillars, and you're thinking about something and it's misery. Mate, your brain is still injecting the same chemicals as if it really happened, even though you're only thinking about it. Yeah. That's what PTSD is. No. You can't switch it off,
it makes sense to me, that.
It's mad, innit? And when I first learned that, I was like, so that's why I dream mad. That's why I feel like this. And he's like, yeah, it's trauma. It's called flipping your lid. I can't remember. I need to remember who told me, but I think he referred to it as flipping. Marcus. His name's Marcus. And he called it flipping your lid. But a normal person can flip the lid and the lid will come back down. Once you've been through so much catastrophic trauma.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. It just gets
your lid
worse
flips
and worse.
And you can't ever turn it off.
And it's horrible because, like, you're dealing with, like, family or girlfriends or whatever, and they're just looking at you like, and you just don't, you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? In your head, you're like, what am I doing? And you just can't help it.
Do you know pretty much what you're going to say? not just express yourself, but let's say get some thoughts out of your head, make stress relief, pain relief, anxiety relief. What is that go-to?
Get the natural endorphins going.
Yeah, what is that?
It's gym and music for me. But
music.
obviously
I knew you was gonna say music.
Yeah, but people suffering from this sort of stuff, like I've suffered with it for years, so I've sort of worked it out. Like you need to do something physical, and you need to do something creative. And for me, it's gym and music. But for someone else, it might be like running and drawing.
And that's mad. You're right, mate. I've just learned something new because it's true. Because for me, it's a gym. You know, I was ex-pro bodybuilder. God, after my brother was killed, I went to the gym so much that I remember at some points I'd forget for 3 weeks my brother was dead. I remember I'd be in the gym, mate, and then someone would go, "Oh, I'm so sorry about your brother," and I'd go, "Oh shit, my brother's dead." And I go, and they'll look at me and go, "What's up with you?" And I say, I fucking forgot. And they'll go, literally. Because you become so entangled in it, don't you?
Yeah.
And then for me, my creative side, obviously, I've always done
push things
music.
too far, innit? Like you push things to extremes in everything you do, and like you need to find a balance and stuff.
So, how far gone is your partner at the moment?
4.5 months.
4.5 months.
20 weeks.
I'm sick of seeing your two happy asses. Every single thought. Listen, this is how happy you are. That couple where he puts his arms around her and she's in a bikini and he's like. It's not even like he's been forced into the photo. You can tell.
Natural.
Natural. He's the one who's gone, "Babe, can we get a photo together?"
Yeah,
like,
I've just saw the new phone. It's got a better picture.
He's just ordered a new phone for a better picture. So she's like, "Babe, I don't want no photo." That's how happy they are, and I love it, mate. Any thoughts on the name yet?
Yeah, Francis Corby Graham.
Sounds like a movie star already, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Well done. And I'm proud of you too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Because we out your life, we out the viewers. The content would mean nothing. But special thank you for T. I think I'll drop him a thank you every now and again. He's the man behind the camera. He's the miracle worker. He's what's going to make this podcast work. Massive thank you for Big B in the house. Come on, everyone. Hey! Second guest, proud. I think I'd most definitely made the right choice. Mate, no matter what you think, you are a hero. Thank you for your service. And make sure you like, subscribe, keep following, keep sharing my content. And every single Friday, stay tuned, stay locked in for a brand new episode of TATTS and BANTS. Peace out, brother!
There's homeless veterans with mental health risks it all in Afghan but left out to drench. We're trying to dig in the bottomless trench. Relentless war fighting on the heads locked in a prison. And this cost of living got a generation saying F God I'm sinning. Weighing out jibs dropping clutch wheel spinning. Might as well press turn no prospects or vision. Trying to solve problems, ringing out options but taking shots in. Like boxing got to remain fresh.